we have now had an arrest in the man that apparently set fire to the blaze in Palisades, California, killing 12 people, burning down an entire town. And this guy, as it turns out, is quite the character. He is a climate change zealot activist. He is a Biden donor, $2. I don't want to overstate that, but he's a Biden donor. And Benny Johnson said he is an eco-terrorist, and he's uncovered a lot of stuff from his Facebook. In September of 2020, he said climate change will force a new American migration. He had images of a California wildfire. Also in September of 2020, he fundraised for Biden and Harris. He posted in August of that same year, rising seas could menace millions beyond shorelines. And then he posted an article, The Great Climate Migration Has Begun. It seems, here's the conversation that I think we need to have, Pat. I think this is another example of someone who's given into the mass psychosis of fear and existential threat that is represented, in this case, by climate, and often cases by the politician, President Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, look, another example of hypocrisy, right? Another example of, let me tell you how interested I am in climate change, but let me burn down one of the most wealthiest communities in America and, destroy a great area where, a lot of the homes were passed down from parents to kids to all the memories of you grown up in that home where you were 2 years old, 4 years old, 8 years old, siblings gone, right? But I'm not surprised by this. I'm definitely not surprised by this. The longer term challenge for me is the following. We're talking California. California ran by a guy named Gavin Newsom who the best thing he can do is keep asking for money and fix nothing. Hey, give me $24 billion to fix homelessness. Homelessness goes up nearly 60,000 within a few years under his reign. Hey, make me the governor. I've been a mayor. I've been a city council. I've done all this other stuff, but I'm amazing. I'm going to be a great leader for your state. First negative net migration. And by the way, as crazy as this is, fire happens. You're right next to the ocean. You can't use all the access to brilliant engineers you have in Silicon Valley to raise some money and say, can you guys, the first person that builds a technology that is able to put out this fire, we're going to give $1 billion of tax, whatever it may be. Because imagine the amount of cost it's going to be to everybody else. So for people that are watching this who maybe are from California, I got some bad news for you. As terrible as Gavin Newsom, maybe for your governor, there's a surprise around the corner who is going to make Gavin Newsom look like a sweetheart. Katie Porter. She's the GOAT. If you haven't seen Katie Porter, she was made for TV, but not the way you think she was made for TV. If you watch one of the clips, this woman's got a worse temper than that uncle of yours that everything he just wanted to beat you up. This is a worse temper than the generals back in the days when you watch Patton movies where you're going through boot camp, Full Metal Jacket. I don't know a lot of people that have the type of temper this lady has. God forbid if you walk into the camera while she's speaking, she snaps, get there, you scream. All of a sudden, if you're, the light's too much, turn off the lights, turn on the lights. If you get pushed by somebody in California from CBS that's asking you basic question that's asking all the other candidates, you cannot ask her. She doesn't like to be pushed. And she's going to be in the next however long it's going to be. It's probably going to end because she's a leading candidate right now for California governor. She's probably going to end up replacing Newsom. So if we think California is going to get any better, if she gets elected, this is just the beginning.
So you brought up, if you just want to watch one clip, we have one clip. Here is our favorite star of the week right here on Will Cain Country. Unfortunately, it's not Patrick Bet-David. It's not Cody Campbell. Our favorite star of the week has been Katie Porter. Enjoy.
That's right.
Oh, yes. This is why I didn't want to do. I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off.
Lights off?
These that are killing me. Hang on 1 second, everybody.
No, we should put the computer up on it.
Yes, we should have. Yes. Okay, everybody. I'm not that dark.
It's too dark.
She's the best.
Just a minute.
Oh, look at her staff. Look at her glare. So upset over her lighting. Oh, and she turns off the camera. The only thing I take umbrage with, Pat, is your analogy to Patton. This is who I see when I see Katie Porter. I see an assistant principal. I see that principal that you can't believe you have to go visit in the office, who's always angry, walking up and down the halls, and hates every middle schooler. And here's why I see that. because everybody kind of knows a Katie Porter. You've met a Katie Porter, right? You don't run into Pattons. You run into Katie Porters, and you run the other way when you do. You're like, oh my gosh, my kid had to go see a Katie Porter today. What's the issue? I didn't have my shirt tucked in, and man, she was awful. My thing is, Patrick, this is my thing. You've been around a lot of politicians. I have too. And you see varying degrees of talent, right? You know it when you see it. You're around one, you're like, that guy's talented. Whatever talent means, ability to connect, ability to speak, ability to command a room, she has none of it, Pat. None. Like, I don't know how she got this far, how she's the leading candidate for governor of California. She has zero appeal, zero political talent.
Listen, you are underestimating her, brother. Let me tell you. By the way, when I said General Patton, I meant by the temper. Because if you go right now, if the average person is watching this right now and you're underestimating her, if you go and type in Katie Porter on YouTube, then you go on the top right, filters, and you solve for view count for the most views she's ever gotten. Do you know how many views her most viewed short clip got on YouTube? It's 49 million views, and it was 3 months ago. If you think she's not going to be a star for the left,
or is it one of these laugh at her?
8,000.
It's like one she's proud of, not one that's making fun of her. She's proud of the video.
Third, 2.9 million views. Fourth one, 2.5 million views. Fifth one by Guardian, 1.9 million views. 1.6 million views. 1.6 million views. 1.5 million views of her going against MTG. This lady is everything Kamala Harris wanted to be. Kamala Harris is an actress.
Wow.
Katie Porter actually believes in what she's doing, meaning people like her, they're driven by control. They want to do anything and everything to control you. There is sincere animosity and vengeance inside of her. When you hear her speak, she's not just speaking from a place of, I want to make this place a better place. She wants to get vengeance. I'm willing to bet, the vibe that she gives me, if somebody offered her a $10 million a year job right now or be the governor, she's taking a governor job. I'm willing to bet if somebody paid her $100 million right now and say, here's $100 million and never run for governor again, she wouldn't take it. She wants to continue these progressive policies. She believes in this stuff. While she was on Bill Maher and she's talking about what she doesn't agree with Riley Gaines, and Piers Morgan responds and says, he was a guest as well, Piers Morgan responds and says, what do you disagree with Riley Gaines? Well, I just don't like the fact that she's in, but what do you disagree with her? What does she talk about? And then Piers Morgan says, you support a transgender male competing against women that in one of the tournaments beat the girls by 50 seconds. You support that? All she's doing is she's actually fighting for women. But Katie Porter doesn't like that. I'm telling you, if she wins, and the likelihood is 70, 80% if she wins, she's everything Kamala Harris wishes she could be. This could be somebody that could be very formidable the next 10, 15 years for the leftist party.
That is really, really interesting perspective. You're right. I have underestimated Katie Porter. If she has that kind of audience and she's resonating with those type of people online, that is absolutely fascinating.